Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Future Economy series presented by Amazon. I'm Gil Ponce, your host and Executive Director of the Next Gen Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm joined by Alli Auldridge from Amazon Seller Relations team for what promises to be an enticing conversation about AI and entrepreneurship. Alli, thank you so much for joining me today. Just to start off, would you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself and the work you do over at Amazon?
Of course, yeah. Thanks, Gil. I'm excited to dive into this conversation today about how AI is transforming opportunities for small businesses, especially in e-commerce. I've been at Amazon for 2 years now, and my role, I get to focus on developing educational programming for small business owners that are part of trade associations, chambers of commerce, and the education that I develop is on topics that are really central to growing successful e-commerce businesses, topics like brand protection, marketing, AI tools, just like today's conversation. And before coming to Amazon, I spent more than 15 years in the nonprofit sector, leading business development teams for social impact organizations.
I always say that social impact is one of the most important things an individual can dedicate their life to. So thank you very much for your career inside the social impact space. But I want to start with a question that I hear all the time from people who watch these episodes. I have heard it on our listening tour. And just to frame it up and give a little bit of context, AI can be overwhelming for small business owners. Heck, AI can be overwhelming for everybody. So how's Amazon approaching this technology in a way that's making things more practical for everyday entrepreneurs?
That's a great place for us to start. I agree. At Amazon, we believe AI should solve real problems for real businesses. So we're not interested in technology for technology's sake, and we're focused on practical tools that really can deliver measurable value for businesses. So an example of this is how our AI-powered listing tools help small businesses. They help small businesses in the Amazon store create high quality product listings. So that's like the picture, the text, all of it, just using a brief description or even an image to get their product listing up on the page for customers to see. And we know that over 900,000 sellers in the store have used that listing tool so far. And that when they use that AI-powered listing tool, 90% of the time, they're having minimal edits to what the AI tool is creating for them. And we're seeing a 40% increase in the overall listing quality. So I would say that's a really concrete example of a practical application where small businesses are saving time, are saving money through a practical AI tool.
First thing of note there, I just want to say those are some very impressive numbers. So kudos to your team. Can you give us a concrete example of what this has looked like for an actual business, an actual seller inside the Amazon store?
Yeah, I would love to, because I think that's the only way that we can really understand the day-to-day, how the day-to-day operations of a small business are really being impacted. So I'll share an example of Hot Crispy Oil. That's a small manufacturer that's based in New York. Their focus is on quality condiments, specifically hot crispy oil, as their name might suggest. And their CEO, John Trimble, has shared that they use Amazon's AI tools to support a lot of different aspects of running their business. They use their listing tool to create product images. They've up-leveled their advertising strategy. They manage aspects of their logistics to let them focus on what they do best, to create their food products and make great products. So they manufacture their own products at their facility in New York. So they get garlic, they slice it, they fry it right at their facility. And that's something that they never want to compromise on, even as they continue to grow. And AI is helping them do that so that they have that time to perfect their product, scale production, meet growing demand. And it's important that on our side of things, on the Amazon side of things, that the tools that we're creating for small businesses are intuitive so that you don't need to have specialized expertise to produce professional content. You don't need to be a techie or some engineer to really create quality product listings and content for your business in the store.
Oh, that's incredibly helpful context. And as somebody who's leveraged AI in his own work running the Next Gen Chamber of Commerce, you're preaching to the choir, as they would say. So what I want to do now is talk a little bit more about the operational side. How are AI tools helping shape small businesses and helping them make better, more informed decisions?
Yeah, so this is where a tool like the seller assistant in the Amazon store might come in. So the seller assistant, it's a tool that's integrated right into Seller Central, which is our main business management platform for sellers. So sellers can ask seller assistant, how's my business doing? Just use natural language, right? Type that in and get instant insights about sales performance, year over year comparisons. You can ask it for specific recommendations on how to improve different aspects of the business, and even look at future looking, seasonal opportunities, like how to plan for the holiday season and identify opportunities to optimize conversion rates. We have worked closely with a business called Liberty Tabletop. It's a US-based flatware manufacturer. They have more than 60 employees, and they use our AI tools to optimize their advertising and their A-plus content, which is part of the Amazon storefront. If you don't know, A-plus content is a feature that allows brand registered sellers in the store to create visually rich product descriptions beyond standard text. So you can add high quality videos, images, comparison charts, to really improve the way that your product looks and feels to customers online, which of course helps with conversion rates, brand awareness, customer engagement, if there's more beautiful imagery and product descriptions that customers are engaging with. So Liberty Tabletop, they launched on Amazon in 2010, and since then have used a lot of different tools in the Amazon store, including our AI tools to help grow their business. It's part of their multi-channel strategy, and that's helped them grow. And really, they and many other businesses that we've worked with say, as a small business, they need to make sure that every effort they're putting into their business is going to allow them to grow. It's really important that the limited resources and funding or, access that they have really goes into allowing them to grow. And the AI tools are helping them do just that.
I always say a tool belt is one of the most important things, metaphorically, that a business owner can have. So I want to dive a little bit deeper into these AI tools, if you don't mind me doing. I'm particularly interested in how they help with content creation and the marketing end of it.
Yeah. So one game-changing tool on the Amazon side, again, we talked a little bit about A-plus content. A-plus content generator is an AI capability that we have. And it really does help brands create professional quality content for their product pages. It cuts down on costs for things like product photo shoots, and helps save them time and money. When they use A-plus content, sellers typically see a 20% lift in their sales. And about 70% of brands in the store are already using this tool. So we've heard the feedback from those businesses. And again, like we were just saying, examples are helpful to illustrate how this impacts daily operations. So Hot Crispy Oil, again, they use our video generator tool to create professional video content for their brand store using just a single product image. And so the AI will leverage Amazon's retail insights to bring product stories to life through storytelling, through video, and really helps their product resonate with customers that are shopping online and drives purchases of their product. And they can typically, create these videos in minutes at no additional cost.
That's incredibly fascinating. How are you ensuring that small businesses aren't left behind in what I like to call the AI revolution?
Yeah, I mean, that is central to our approach. There are so many small businesses that sell online in the Amazon store that has to be part of what is a huge part of what is driving our innovation. So we're deliberately making sure that these advanced capabilities are accessible to businesses of all sizes. Like I said before, we don't want businesses to feel like you have to be a professional AI engineer or a product videographer to use the tools that I'm talking about. So AI has got to solve real problems for real businesses. So every time we're thinking about innovation, we're thinking about what does the seller community need to succeed, right? Whether it's simplifying complex tasks, unlocking new opportunities for growth, we're trying to take a comprehensive view and integrate AI tools that run across all aspects of running a small business. So there's a small business in Woodstock, New York named Candlestock that I love. And they've done a great job, I think, of really balancing their local roots with digital innovations. They combine Amazon's AI generated content with their own brand voice. And so their investment in those tools, in their enhanced listings, has led to increased sales for their products where they make that investment, and has, where they've retained their brand identity as well. So their owner, Ben Schachter, says that he really views our AI tools as a partner within their business.
I can say I agree 100% with the owner, Ben, about AI being a massive tool in the business. Looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of AI for small businesses?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that there's a lot. I would say agentic AI is something that's really exciting. And again, if you're not familiar with all the buzzwords, agentic AI, it deals with AI agents. So think of it like an AI assistant that with your go ahead can make complex tasks, take those out of your hands and kind of automate more routine operations. So imagine that you can say to an AI agent, analyze my seasonal trends from the past 3 years and adjust my inventory accordingly. So you're giving that prompt and asking it to take an action. Or create a marketing campaign for my new product line. And then AI is handling these tasks efficiently and gives you a baseline campaign to work with, right? So it doesn't mean you're giving AI the power to take over all of your marketing efforts. But what it does is give you an informed and meaningful place to work from. It means entrepreneurs have the more time to kind of focus on innovation, focus on growth, less on routine operations. And AI is coming from a place of being able to use data to strengthen and inform your business efforts. And I will say too, another thing that's really exciting and important to me, from Amazon's perspective, we're making these enterprise level tools accessible to businesses of all sizes. So you could be a business that is just starting out, or you're running an established business and you have access to the same powerful AI tools that were once only available to kind of larger enterprise corporations.
And I think that's absolutely important to level the playing field between our smaller mom and pop shops and large corporations that we can name off 10 of them just right off the top of our heads. But as we wrap up, you've talked a lot about how to effectively partner with AI rather than viewing it as something to compete against. I'd love to ask you, how do we ensure the future economy is not just more automated, but also more human?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is kind of top of mind for many of us right now in this moment. And the way I look at it, AI isn't and shouldn't be replacing human judgment, our creativity, our decision making. At Amazon, we see small businesses really grow and thrive when they're using AI to handle more of those routine tasks that we've talked about, like creating product listings or analyzing market trends, it frees them up to focus on the things that humans do best, which is creative thinking, relationship building, strategic decision making for their business. We work with hundreds of thousands of small businesses, and the key is developing those tools that solve those real human problems while making sure that humans are in control. So we're really focused across Amazon, across all of our teams, on the responsible development of AI tools, and think about this from a very comprehensive approach to AI development. We work with our peers, we work with academia, with policymakers and other partners to make sure that those innovations are reliable tools that business owners can count on. And we've talked about Candlestock, about Hot Crispy Oil. These are businesses that are using AI to automate, again, those more routine tasks, but the business owners are still guiding the strategy. They're maintaining their brand voice. And so I think the future economy will continue to remain more human when we're able to help automate those aspects, and then being able to enhance what humans do best, those things that require emotional intelligence and deep care and understanding for our employees, for our colleagues, for our communities. So I'm very optimistic, honestly, about the future economy when we use AI tools in those responsible ways.
We are in 100% agreement. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Future Economy series. And I'd also like to thank Amazon for being our presenting sponsor for the Future Economy series. And I'd like to most importantly thank each and every one of you joining us today. Thank you for being the best part of the Next Gen Chamber of Commerce. Until next time. To find out more about the Next Gen Chamber of Commerce, please follow the QR code or please visit us at nextgenchamber.org.